It is pretty crazy and it feels amazing.
Kids aren't the only ones going back to school this week. We'll meet a new teacher returning to her old classroom. Plus, an unexpected visitor in one Coon Rapids neighborhood and the effort to safely usher this black bear out of town. But first,
so to the extent that people want to get involved, like all the better, the more the merrier.
A community discussion on the changing makeup of Coon Rapids. That tops CTN News this Friday, September 11th, 2015. Thanks for joining us. People from all different backgrounds gathered at the City Center Thursday night to talk about diversity.
It's the first in a series of meetings planned to address the needs of various ethnic groups in Coon Rapids. CTN Steve Antis was there and joins us now with more. Steve?
Steve and Karen, the Coon Rapids Lions Club organized this series of meetings to address the needs of a more diverse population in the city. In 1990, there was just over 3% of citizens living in Coon Rapids who identified themselves as non-white. In the 2010 census, that number rose to over 15.5%, and the upward trend continues. The atmosphere was respectful as more than 20 people took part in the first meeting Thursday night. It was above all a meet and greet between city staff members, longtime residents, and new immigrants who live in Coon Rapids. Moderator Vince Vu, a former city employee who now works as an independent consultant on diversity issues, led the group through a series of exercises. They each shared personal stories about themselves and their background, like resident Jackie Asamar, who spoke about being Mexican.
I just wanted to participate and meet other people, and probably next time we meet or along the road, I can bring some ideas about Hispanic people, about culture.
Diversity is everybody's issue. I mean, we are all diverse one way or the other, but it depends how you handle it.
Our stories are different and they're all valid because I know that we know that there's a big desire to sort of talk about the issues that are plaguing different communities.
Organizers plan to have 2 more meetings. The next one will focus on issues of big concern for different communities, and the next meeting will take place Wednesday, September 30th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Coon Rapids Civic Center. Steve and Karen, organizers hope that more people will attend the next meeting.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you.
Steve. For only the second time in history, teachers in the Anoka-Ramsey School District have reached a tentative agreement on a new contract before the start of the new school year. The Teachers Union in Anoka-Ramsey Education, Minnesota announced the agreement, which was reached last Friday after 11 bargaining sessions. Terms of the deal have not been disclosed, but the union says it includes salary increases in both the 2015-2016 and 2016-27 school years. The district is also increasing its contribution to health insurance premiums. Neither the union or district wanted to go on camera this week, but union leaders hope to ratify a vote on the tentative agreement by mid-October. The school board would then need to approve the contract.
Kids across District 11 returned to the classroom this week, and students and staff at Coon Rapids High School are pumped for the new year. The Cardinal community gathered on the high school athletic field this morning for a back-to-school pep rally. Several school groups performed, including the marching band, color guard, dance team, and cheerleaders. Staff members also got in on the fun, playing a friendly game of knocker ball. They dressed up in a giant inflatable balls and charged at one another, creating quite a few laughs for the students.
That's pretty cool.
That's like fun. The first week of the new school year is now in the books.
Of course, the new year brings a fresh start for both students and teachers alike. But for one teacher in particular at Adams Elementary, a new job is bringing back old memories. CTN's Joe Nelson has the story.
Today is the first day of school.
2 days into her new job, Adams Elementary kindergarten teacher Shelby Funfar says it's been an exciting start to a new year.
I think I was more nervous than the kids coming in, and I was so anxious, but it went well and it was a lot of fun.
The recent Winona State graduate says she's always known she wanted to teach.
School was fun for me, so I thought I'd want to be a teacher to make school fun for those that are learning.
Although it's her first week on the job, the hallways and classrooms are very familiar.
It's where I went to school, nice building. So yes, this was actually my dream job.
As an Adams Elementary graduate, Miss Funfar says she can relate to her students who are in the classroom for the first time.
I had to do the same things, the expectations haven't changed for walking through the hallway and things like that. We go to the same places, and so we've had exposure to the same things.
Her 4th grade teacher, Miss Hatch, is now a co-worker with a classroom just down the hall.
Shelby was a very quiet student. She very respectful, always did what was asked of her, good listener.
Hatch says she's proud to see one of her own students return as a colleague.
It's exciting to see her learn and grow and see her set her classroom up last week. And I've talked with her every day kind of about how it's going and, you know, how the kids are.
Oh, are you all done?
I'm learning and growing with the students as well. I just want to accomplish the goal of having them enjoy learning. Being excited to come to school and not saying I can't, but figuring out a way to do it and being okay with coming to me for help, because school is a lifelong and learning is a lifelong process.
In Coon Rapids, Joe Nelson, CTN News.
Funfar says it was a nerve-wracking hiring process, and now having the job, she hopes to stay at Adams throughout her career.
Anoka-Ramsey Community College is celebrating a golden milestone. It was 50 years ago that the college started educating students. To celebrate, Anoka-Ramsey is hosting a 50th anniversary celebration this coming Thursday from 3 to 7 p.m. There will be a short program at 4:30. In addition, the public and alumni can enjoy refreshments, tours, exhibits, and performances. Community members are also being encouraged to share their Anoka-Ramsey stories and read others online. Just visit anokaramsey.edu/50.
People across the country pause today to remember a dark day in our nation's history. It's been 14 years since the September 11th attacks. Locally, dozens of people took part in a sunrise to sunset vigil on the Main Street Bridge. Many motorists sounded their horns as they passed through the area, which was decked out in red, white, and blue. The police and fire departments also took part. The annual vigil was started by Dan Hansen back in 2007 as a way to honor first responders and U.S. military personnel.
We now know the name of a man killed in a boating accident on the Mississippi River last week. 72-year-old Lauren Lindbergh of Coon Rapids was pronounced dead last Thursday afternoon at the scene of the accident near Mississippi Point Park in Champlin. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner says he died of multiple blunt force injuries due to a powerboat mishap. Authorities were called to the Mississippi River on a report of a person in the water. Lindbergh was the only person on the speedboat, which was found capsized on the river. A car crashed into a fire hydrant Thursday afternoon, flooding a busy intersection. The crash happened at the intersection of Coon Rapids and Mississippi Boulevards near Anoka-Ramsey Community College. Fortunately, no one was injured, but part of the intersection and nearby lanes had to be closed off while repairs were made. Also, businesses in the area were left without water, but everything was back to normal by Thursday evening.
Local seniors got several lessons this week at the 16th annual Senior Safety Camp.
If you need police, fire, or ambulance for any reason, call 911.
On Wednesday, dozens of seniors listened to Chief John Piper talk about the types of calls the Coon Rapids Fire Department responds to on a daily basis. This year's keynote speaker was WCCO TV reporter Bill Hudson. He shared insights on broadcast news from his 26 years at Channel 4. Free blood pressure checks were done for those interested, like 93-year-old Camille Sadler, who attended her very first senior safety camp.
When I was probably 3 to 5 years old, I remembered being carried out of our house in the fireman's arms and put in the neighbors. Our house was on fire. There was no smoke alarms at that time. My father woke up and smelled smoke. So anyway, the first thing when the smoke alarms came out in the market, I was the first one to buy one, I think.
Smart. The program also featured an expo of products and services for seniors. Thanks to community donations, the senior safety camp cost just $6 and included lunch with members of the police and fire departments.
An unusual sight in one Coon Rapids neighborhood caused a bit of a scare late last week. On Friday evening, a black bear was spotted in a tree off Xavier Street near Coon Rapids High School. Officers used their sirens to get it down and tried to tranquilize it, but it ran off. Authorities did catch up with the bear a few hours later and got him out of the area safely. Residents say they've seen deer and an occasional coyote in their neighborhood, but never a black bear.
2 local teens are using bats to aim for one of the highest honors in Girl Scouts, and we're not talking about the kind used in baseball. Nadia Comstock and Ann Lorgy, both freshmen at Coon Rapids High School, are working on their Silver Award project by advocating for the benefits of having bats in the community. On Thursday night, volunteers helped construct 10 bat houses at the Springbrook Nature Center, which will be hung in various places.
We kind of were scared of bats ourselves a little bit, but we knew that they got rid of mosquitoes and that we needed pollinators, and they pollinate flowers and things like that, so we thought it was important to have bats, and now we definitely understand bats a little more than we did before.
The girls have also made an instructional video on bat house construction. They plan to post it on YouTube and send it to schools in District 11. A bat display will also be set up at the Crooked Lake Library in October.
They had me with it eats mosquitoes.
Yeah, I guess they're good. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.
Bye-bye.